where
Mhm.
now that Sinner is back, like the ante is upped. He's sending like a warning shot to the rest of the tour, like, "Hey, buddy, hey guys, you better raise your level because I'm playing at an absurdly God mode level right now." I think that was the YouTube thumbnail, like Sinner God mode, and I was like, honestly, that's like an understatement for how
Today,
perfectingly, yeah,
especially,
how like, perfectly dissected the fuck out of Casper Ruud, and my God,
that
was
was
he
insane.
unplayable?
That was insane. Bagel. I mean, all right. So, we'll go into the Sinner
Yeah, I
Tommy
got
Paul
Carlos in a
prediction.
tight two or maybe like a third set, but I
Me as
definitely
well.
think so. I think that's definitely the play there. So I do. If you want to root for a good match, I don't like a sprinkle on the over. I'd be surprised. That would be like an unbelievable win for Musetti if he could overcome Carlitos. I think
Yeah.
right now that's a little bit above his level, his ceiling. If Carlos shows up, plays the way he did against Draper, I think Carlitos comes through there. But
Yeah.
please, Sinner, can we please get this final? Because my God, was Sinner good against Casper Ruud?
Uh, just absolute out for blood, like to send a message. As we had talked about, we were highly anticipating his first real test. Of course, Cerundolo can be considered a real test,
Yeah,
but Rude is like a bona fide, just won Madrid, and I think that may have played a factor. We know that these guys usually have a little bit of a hangover, like
yeah, the title
within the
hangover.
week, within the week of just winning the prior tournament. So we might not have had a 100% Casper Ruud, but all
There,
credit
there,
to Sinner, just like absolutely firing. Like he might as well have been playing number 500 in the world. Like it was
uh,
just a different class, like totally rude. And I think most anyone else would have been just outclassed in that match because Sinner was just just so aggressive and just not missing. I mean,
I was surprised when Sinner missed. I was like, he can miss like for like
yeah.
1 point in like the second set. I was like, oh my gosh, he did an error. Like he's a like he was an absolute machine, and it was like from the first game. I think it was like the second point. It was like love 30. I go on my Discord like Casper might be in trouble because there's not much he could do. Like the first game, he hit like 4 first serves, and Sinner just broke him to love. Like he matched everything. There wasn't anything he couldn't do. I think his backhand is like just as good as his forehand. He hits both down the line, cross court so perfectly. Now he's had this like an improved net game, serving well, returning well. It was like I didn't know what Casper could do. Like I was
I mean,
watching it, and
points that
I
Rude is winning against everyone else.
oh
Sinner
yeah,
is just like turning defense to offense so quickly in one shot,
yeah.
like on both wings, just redirecting down the line with ease. Like that was insane. Honestly, I couldn't believe what I was watching
I
earlier.
know it was pretty funny in the second set when Rude got a hold. He like raised both his arms in the air, and the crowd was going crazy because he was all he could do was just laugh at how much of a joke it was how good Sinner was playing. And Sinner was like, "Yeah, it's a good match, you know. I try to execute." And I was like, "Bro, like he was legitimately like prime Djokovic, Federer, Nadal stuff. Like he was that level where it was unbelievable, honestly." And I think
He's like an alien, alien.
him being back is just so good for the tour because now like everyone's got to get better. You know, it's like if you don't want him to win everything, like Carlos got to get better, like everybody's got to get better, and
Mm,
everyone's like, I don't think he loses another match this year. It's like, yeah, I'm not expecting that kind of performance. Like every match he plays, like he did, he was like a little bit competitive with Cerundolo was a little bit more of a competitive match. Like Dolo got to the breaker, like he looked more human. But I
right.
mean, if we're getting this late in tournaments and Sinner's playing like that, like segue into does Tommy Paul have a chance? I'm gonna say no. Like
Yeah,
if
I mean,
there's any, if
shout out to our boy Marcus Garone for taking out Fritz so early on, giving our boy TP a good, a better chance of getting to this point. TP long overdue for, a clay Masters 1000 semi. It's great. Good for him. His reward is to get mollywopped in my approximation. I just think that it's going to be very smooth sailing for Sinner. I would be shocked and I'd be excited. I'd be like, oh, so Sinner was just in absolute god mode against Rude, and that's not just what he's gonna come out with every single time. And tennis is such a hard sport that way
Yeah, every
that
day is
you
different.
do, yeah, you have to come up with the goods again and again. And if anyone can do it, I think Sinner is there. Alcaraz even has shown that okay, he's not going to come out the same every day,
Yeah, Sinner
but
always
I
has
would
that
be,
like consistently high level where Alcaraz does
yeah,
have those highs and lows, but Jannik is always like 90 to 9 to 100% like
yeah,
form, which is absurd.
really crazy. So if somehow Sinner has a huge dip and Paul plays some inspired tennis, that would be wild. Again, good for the tour, and the tour would see that and be inspired and be like, "Yeah, TP, you got this." But I'm seeing 6-2, 6-3 Sinner,
Yeah,
some
something like
some
yeah.
some scoreline like that.
At least one set has a double break for Sinner win, and then like maybe he like pities him and keeps him in a close second, like relatively, because
I don't think so.
I mean, like
Don't
it's
think
gonna be
so.
so hard
Rude
for Tom.
Rude had
Rude
so
had to
many
work
points
so
today.
hard. He had to work so hard to even like sniff a hold, and
Oh
like
yeah,
I think he is probably a little bit more equipped than Tommy to hang on this slow clay court. So I
yeah.
mean, tough mountain to climb for Tommy tomorrow. I'm not fading Jannik Sinner the rest of the year or maybe his career. Like I was like 4.5 games. That's a lot for like super informed Madrid champion Casper Ruud with some confidence. We weren't sure what Sinner we were gonna get. A little bit still unknown, but I
I don't
think
think
he, I
anything's
think he might, I
unknown.
might think he might be better than he was before his ban, and he's like still on like a
Yeah.
25 match win streak. So it's really getting ridiculous. I love it. If tennis feels like rejuvenated and now it's validated, where Sinner it's like, oh, he's the best. The best player in the world is back in back in the draw, and I love watching him. So many eyeballs on Rome, and this super competitive. A lot of high seeds, big names in Rome going deep. This has upped the ante for Roland Garros, and I can't wait for that Grand Slam coming up because the 3 out of 5 is different, and we're gonna have to see can Sinner maintain that level for for 3 hours every other day.
Yeah,
It's
I
gonna
mean
be tough. It's a
it
physical battle,
almost
but
the way Sinner's playing, it almost like inevitably sets the stage for Alcaraz to be like the hero.
true.
Like, like Sinner is just like, okay, he's so good that there's no way that he's gonna be the favorite, indefinitely, until something drastically changes.
Well, he's the
Like
favorite
he
to
is the
win
best player
Rome.
in the world. Yeah,
You
Sinner
know,
is the best player in the world, and I think universally people have to be like, all right, Alcaraz is, if anyone's gonna beat him, Alcaraz is the guy to do it in either a semi or a final.
yeah,
You
and
know,
just
Sinner looks so good. It's
I can't. I
crazy.
know it's hard not to pick him to win Rome, especially with the home Italian crowd behind him. I think he does. I mean, it's tough to gauge what a Sinner Alcaraz final is going to look like because we haven't seen that for so long. But I mean, Sinner is just so steady and like he's so stoic. He's like got that Federer kind of stoic demeanor during his matches where like nothing phases him. So it's like early in his career, you could see him like, get a little nervous or like have those mental errors or the physical concerns. But now it's just like, I'm fully evolved Yannick Sinner mentally and physically, and I could
Yeah,
do whatever.
he's in Cell's perfect form
Yeah, he's
right
like, I
now.
can do whatever I want on the tennis court. It must be so much fun
Yeah,
to play, to be Jannik Sinner these days. Please, tennis gods, we need this final. It
I
would be the
hope so.
perfect return from to Sinner to the tour to get this final. If we could see the two best players in the world, because I think they are the two best players, pretty, without a doubt, Carlos and Jannik, to see them playing this final because that's what
Yeah,
not that us tennis fans we work hard, watching all these matches, and we deserve a little treat now and then. So
I think
hopefully they,
the only way that we're not gonna get that is if Musetti plays better than he has all tournament, and
yeah,
Alcaraz is spraying for a little bit too long, because it won't be for the whole match,
yeah.
but
Yeah, like
where we've seen Alcaraz come up a little bit short, like against Zverev at the AO, like matches like that. That oh, he's starting his comeback. Sometimes it's just a little bit too little, too late. So if Alcaraz gets in a deep enough hole against Musetti, maybe that's how Musetti pulls that out. But uh, would be absolutely stunned if TP somehow beats Sinner the way he's looking right
agreed.
now.
Agreed.
But hoping for an Alcaraz Sinner final.
It's going to be epic. I can't wait to watch the tennis tomorrow. I'm definitely not going to get much work done in my actual work with these matches on in the background because they are must watch TV. Let's pray for the final that's we want. I hopefully think we're going to get it. We got Musetti in a tight 2 or 3 and then a Sinner slaughtering on deck for tomorrow. Can't wait to watch these. It's been great talking some tennis with you, Jeremy. If you guys have
As
been
always.
enjoying our content and like our predictions, don't forget to subscribe, like the video. It really helps boost the channel and helps gets our tennis content to more fans out there. So thank you all for listening and keep double faulting out there.